This is Athena Jezik, and this is our taping on massage for beginners. Just how to give a massage, very basic massage that will feel good and not be painful, and give you tips that you won't hurt somebody by maybe pressing in an area that's not supposed to be palpated. So we're working on the leg, and to start this out, you want to start with your oil. And when you're working on extremities, I guess I'll do the outside leg because you'll be able to see it better, even though I need to stay on this side. When you're working on extremities, you want to start more distally, or at the feet, at the far end, and the stronger pressure will go upward. Don't pull strong pressure down. The reason for that is because massage primarily works with the cardiovascular system, the blood flow, and we want to help the veins and get it up to the heart. We don't want to pull the blood downward or encourage it that way. Plus, it doesn't really feel very good. So we'll start here on the feet, and just holding the foot, you can pull on it a little bit, give it a little bit of traction while you're letting your hand slide along it. This is a good way to get to know the foot and let the foot get used to your hand. Then just start with the toes. Sometimes people are a little ticklish here, and you just want to start with the toe and rotate it a little at the base of the toes, and then stretch it up a little bit and along all of the toes. Hope you can see that okay. Then on the padding of the foot, you can just rub it up and down and across. You'll feel various things. You can tell where people put their pressure when they walk, because there's oftentimes harder calloused areas. The soft part of the arch in the foot, just a little massaging up and down, rotating it. Just real gentle moves along this ridge where the lateral edge of the foot, same thing. Heel, you can kind of do the heel like that, where you're just cupping it and rotating. Here you want to try to grab the skin a little bit more and let the skin move with it, not so it's just kind of a friction thing. And then there's a muscle we're going to move up the leg. The Achilles tendon is coming in here into the calf muscle, which is the gastrocnemius. It's a muscle that comes up like so into the knee area, and it has a split in it. It's kind of two sections. So what's nice to do with this is to just run your fingers up with not too much pressure. You have your hands all around. You're touching, you're making contact with the entire leg. But where the point of a little bit of pressure is in the center. Now sometimes this will be painful for people if they have tight calf muscles, tight gastrocnemius muscle. It'll be a little tight, so if it seems like it takes them off the table a little bit, if you're pushing down on it, you're putting too much pressure on it, lighten up the pressure and do these thumb irons where you're just pressing up. Do that a little bit deeper each time, and maybe a few more times, and you will find that if you're coming into that muscle slowly and with respect, that the muscle will eventually open up. So it's just a matter of starting to feel everything with your hands. Now just take your hand here. What I do here is I kind of start where the middle of this whole muscle area is and pull, just massage it to the side. This isn't really wagging the thumbs. I've just made so many things change from when my original training has been that I don't even have a name to call it. But just cross the thumbs over, and it's a little cross fiber friction, and you can work it up like that and back down. But when you work down, you work lighter than when you work up. Then you can do that kneading. It's a kneading just picking up. Now the muscle runs along the side, you're going to run into a bone there. So you're coming along and just kind of picking up. It's on both sides. So you're just kind of picking it up, and it's not going to be something you can pick way up. But it feels like you're getting a little bit underneath the muscle when you go along the bone. And you can feel the attachment. It's a very good feeling to feel that there's some kind of work going along where it attaches to the bone. And just pick it up and make that little kneading kind of action where it's a rolling and a picking up, and as if it's some dough, or if somebody works with clay, it's something similar to how your hands would work with that. And then just let the hands come up with a gentle upward motion. Now here we're coming to the knee. There's a lot of things going on behind the knee. You don't want to put any pressure at all there. If anything, just avoid it. Just go around it and work it on. This is the area that you don't want to really get involved with anything. So you can take it on either side of that and come up, and then begin the thigh work. There's hamstrings, there's 3 muscles back here. And again, I urge you to look at the anatomy of it so you get a better idea. And I'm just cross-fibering it. I'm just bringing the hand over. Usually you would be on the same side as the leg, but because of the cameras today, I have to be on this side so that you can see. Now up here is a hip socket. It's right here. And it's deep in there. It's coming around there. And it's nice to get up into that area. Now, it looks like I'm going kind of deep, but I'm really not using a lot of pressure. And I'm picking up this muscle and kind of wringing it. There's this kind of a wringing, like you'd wring a rag. It's kind of a wringing, kneading action. Once you get in, especially those of you that have worked with your hands, you'll begin to connect and you'll begin to feel that it's really easier once you can connect like that, because you feel the flow of the body and you can work with your entire hand. This is again just a running up the leg. You can take a little thumb iron up on each belly of the hamstrings, and I like to bring it all the way up a little bit beyond the hip joint. You're getting into the gluteus maximus muscles. And you can do a little bit more of this kind of kneading down the side. It's really, what I'm doing here is really more like kneading. And the pressure is always, anytime there's any pressure at all, there's stronger pressure going toward the heart. Now up here in the hip and the gluteus area, it's the same thing. You want to just press in. It's a big muscle. And press it down, make it rotate. So you're just really, if you're not been trained in this, if you haven't been trained in this and you're just wanting to work on your friends and family, just get your hands in it and feel the muscle. Don't be afraid of it. Know the landmarks and understand in your head, at least, so you have a little mental image about how the muscles are running. And then you just follow the anatomy. That's probably one of the biggest keys for this work and visceral manipulation work and lymphatic work and even craniosacral work to a degree, is you just follow the anatomy, and you'll always win if you do that. Then of course you would start and repeat the same thing on the second leg. So that's a very basic way to just work the leg for your friends, for your family. If you have any further questions or comments, please either email me or make a comment on the YouTube station. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. And I think there's a little bell up there that you can hit that you'll get a notification every time we post. So if you want to, you can hit that too. But thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it.